All right, brother. You said that you had also Masonic, right? Masonic.
Yeah. Well, my career in law enforcement, I actually joined the Brotherhood of Freemasons.
Okay. Yeah, how'd you get into that? How'd you get into that?
Man, a lot of cops are involved with that.
Really?
Oh yeah. It is. It's a thing that I'm not saying you must do, but 95% of them do. You know what I mean?
Now, what's the benefit out of it? Like, what's the main purpose?
Actually,
95.
For me, if you're going to ask me the question, I think it was more like biblical history.
Oh, okay.
What intrigued me the most was they talked about King Solomon's temple and the Holy of Holies, and I've always been intrigued by it.
So this actually exists?
Yes, it does. It's the occult. There's nothing to be messing with.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you straight up.
All right.
And there's 3 phases. The first phase is enter apprentice.
Okay.
Even before you get to that phase, you got to be pretty much spoke about.
Okay.
To be one, you have to ask one. So one of my supervisors, he was a lieutenant, pretty much came up to me and asked me, "Hey, you want to join a club?" And I'm like, "What kind of club is it?" You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, it's a Freemasons. I did my background, on them and did my research, and I've seen a lot of positive things that came out of doing the research. A lot of them donate money to cancer victims and children with cancer, and the Shriners, they have their own hospital and so forth. And I was in a position where I'm working with juvenile offenders. Well, why not? Why not do something in the outside? You know what I mean? So my lieutenant spoke for me and 2 other of my fellow brothers in blue, and they petitioned. We petitioned for a spot in the Brotherhood and filled out applications, and they did a background. They do a background on you, see if you're good standing, or else they won't take you.
Wow.
What they do is they take men to make them better. That's what they say. But only God could do that.
Right.
No club could do that for you.
That's right.
So right around 2006, I'm on my 4th year. I'm a 4th or 5th year on the job. I petitioned. It all went pretty good, and they do a house interview.
Okay.
So I had, like 20, 30 people come to my house, and they spoke to my wife because they speak to the females first.
Wow.
I didn't know why, but they usually do that because you're not going to be around as much when you go into meetings, or you got to do take time off to do work as far as donating, getting money for donations and and so forth. So I didn't see that quite a bit, as far as going out there, doing that type of work first, because you have to go through rituals first. The first phase is the enter apprentice phase. That's phase 1, and you do your rituals. They take you in and they tie a toe to your ankle, made of
tie a toe?
A toe, yeah, ankle toe. They call it the ankle toe, and it's made out of what do you call it? It's like a harness. It's like a tie. They tie it around your leg, and they raise your pants leg up, and you're there in a suit, and then you go around. And, you're blindfolded, so you can't really see the actual temple. It's a temple. You got Joaquin and Boaz on one side. The 2 towers, which is the 2 pillars of the Freemasons.
This is like big time.
Oh, it's a ritual.
This is like sacred stuff. Like.
Yeah. But see, the way they cookie cut it is that they only get the ones that are like, I would say the ones that are really interested and the ones that are clean cut.
Right.
All right. And I'm going to add the devil to this too.
Okay.
Because when you're in the world, you're of the devil. Your father, the devil, right?
Right.
When you don't have God on your mind at all times, from when you wake up in the morning to when you go to sleep at night, you're of your father, the devil. And I'm just going to say it like that, but I'm going to be bold and honest,
Right.
I was in the right state of mind then. I had some marital problems, so I felt like this was an outlet for me to get out and have fellowship with other brothers.
Right, because you wasn't getting that with the churches.
I wasn't getting that with the churches back home because, they were preaching prosperity.
Right. Okay.
Give me $1, God gives you 1,000. And God doesn't work that way, man. You got to work you got to work to eat. So, nah, don't wait for a handout.
So how long did the first phase last?
See, what they do is they bring you into the temple, and they have the secretary which is a male. We're all males. There's no female Masons here. I know in Europe, I think they do, not here. Unless you're an Eastern Star, that's different.
Okay.
But the Freemasons, you got the Blue Lodge, which is composed of all different nationalities and backgrounds of Masons,
Right.
to include different religious sets. Hindu, Muslim, whatever. You could be atheist, they don't care. You could be Satan. You could be a devil worshiper.
Wow.
And they'll bring a devil worshiping Bible right there, Satanic Bible, so you could you take the oath. Yeah, they don't care. See, I didn't know that until I started doing more homework on it. What did I get myself into? But
Did you ever get that far?
oh yeah, I became a Master Mason.
Okay.
I mean, the highest you can go is 33rd. But
Okay.
even at 32nd, see, from the ranks of 30th to 33, which is 3, that's when they divulge the actual truth to you.
I got you.
You know, which they have you in darkness all those years, and then once you start climbing up the rituals and the phases, and you go up the ranks or degrees,
Right.
we call it. You could go from the 3rd degree to the 32nd degree in a weekend.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you could do it in 2 days. They call that the fast track. But usually to get that high, it takes years.
Wow.
It takes years, but you could do it the other way. You got to pay some money or talk to whoever.
I heard that some people, or if I might be mistaken, but I know some of these rich people, these Hollywood people, they give land, millions of dollars.
Oh yeah. It all depends because those are called dues, right?
Okay.
And you talking about occultic, satanic individuals that work in Hollywood, reverence, of money, of people of power. I didn't know all that. Because when you got scales in your eyes, you can only see so much.
Right.
But when God removes those blinds off your eyes, you start seeing who's who for what they are.
Wow.
And not every Masonic lodge. I mean, they all talk about the same, but everybody's different. Because in order for you to be a Shriner, you got to be a Mason. For you to be a Knights Templar, you got to be a Mason. And the more you go up in that pyramid, and the highest you could go is a Rothschild.
Right.
They're the highest of the highest.
Really?
Yeah, they're the satanic children of Satan.
Wow.
They actually sit on the table and they have a special chair for Satan right there. And he comes and talks to these family members, and they're the ones the shaking and bakers, I call it.
Now, this all has to do also with the those people who go out into the wood and they burn that wooden owl and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you talking about the Illuminati?
Illuminati. Okay. So
Right.
This has to do with them.
Oh yeah, you have to be a Freemason to be that. All the presidents were Freemasons.
Okay.
A small portion weren't, but they were Jesuits. This is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, even the Pope. They don't. And I'm going to be honest. They don't actually have to do the whole ritual. They have to watch.
Right.
And because of their power and rank within the church.
But it's still controlled by them.
Oh yeah, everything is controlled by the white and black Pope.
Yeah.
So black and white, which is white and black tiles, is where we have our temple.
That's where you get that.
Yeah, the
okay.
yin yang. The
Right.
good versus evil. You got to have one of the balance.
Ah.
And that's the work of the devil. God doesn't work that way. He doesn't manifest that way. That's all the trick of the devil. The world, the devil knows the Bible better than me and you put together.
Right.
Because he was there when God was putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
And of course he fell. Of course, but he knows.
Yeah.
He could twist the word of God and make it so clean like honey in your mouth. And say, well, this guy is a man of God. But no, you got to go beyond that, honey.
Right.
You got to go around it and do your research. Because they're going to give themselves up. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys and women, men and women that work in Hollywood, they're all Satanists.
I bet.
All of them are Satanists. And you know what? Anybody could tell me different. I really don't care because I know. Certain hand signs that you do, the pyramid, the rock, Jay-Z calls this the rock. It's a pyramid.
Right.
All right? But in that pyramid, there's 13.
Right. You also got the,
Yeah.
what was this?
Well, that's the horns of the devil.
Right.
The devil's horns, yeah. And, that's Illuminati. You could use it for the Shriners use it too.
Right.
That's the Moloch.
Okay.
Moloch is the actual owl that they worship out in California. All these big shots, big corporations, they go there. And that's where they make the presidents too.
Really?
They make presidents there. They know which president they're going to make. They make them. All this political stuff,
Right.
that's just BS. That's bullshit.
Why?
That is bullshit. That is the most deceiving thing in America.
Thank you, everybody. Once again, my name is Art Del Cueto. I am Vice President with the National Border Patrol Council. And I want everybody to take the time to understand what's going on. We are all affected by this shutdown. We have skin in the game. However, it comes down to border security. Support what he is doing to take care of our nation's borders, to take care of the future of this United States. It has nothing to do with political parties. You all gotta ask yourself this question. If I come to your home, do you want me to knock on the front door, or do you want me to climb through that window?
You may be surprised to see who we found using tricks to cover up their license plates.
Apparently, they're law enforcement.
When you start out as a Mason, they make you come to the lodge, they make you take off all your clothes except your undies. They put you in this like jammies. They're like, they're like pajamas. They're like, typically the one knee is bare and one breast is bare. Your left breast, and I think your right knee. And you're blindfolded. You have a cable around your neck. It's like a velvet, they call it a cable tow. It's like a velvet blue rope. And you're tied up. And you're led to the door of the lodge. And you've got a guy leading you, because of course you're blindfolded. He knocks on the door, and somebody this is all ritualized. And the guy on the other side says, "Who comes here?" And your guy who's guiding you, who's a lodge officer, he says, "Mr. Bill Sneblin, who has been long in darkness, and now seeks to be brought to light, to receive the rights and benefits of the worshipful lodge, erected to God as all members have done before." And I asked Mr. Christian, Mr. Pastor, Mr. Elder, because there's, like it used to be, I don't know if it still is, it used to be 40% of the pastors in a Southern Baptist Convention were Freemasons. And how can you say that you're in darkness when you have Jesus in your heart? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, that's not it. You go into the lodge, you're led around, like they call it circumambulation. You walk around the lodge. They have these officers, the junior warden, the senior warden at the different, things of the compass. And in the east is the worshipful master, who's like the big cheese. Then you're made to kneel at this altar. Again, you're still blindfolded. And you're made to understand that you're putting your hands on this huge, it's like a pulpit Bible, big King James Bible. And this guy comes forward, this worshipful master, and he says, we're going to lead you through this oath. And I'm not going to go through the whole oath because it would take like 5 minutes, but it's this long, involved, and ultimately blood-curdling oath. At the end, you say, you swear, the essence of the oath is to keep the secrets of an entered apprentice Mason, which of course I'm violating right now. And then at the end, you swear that if I should ever reveal the secrets of an entered apprentice Mason, that I swear that I will have my throat cut across, my tongue torn out by the roots, and buried in the sands of the sea, where the tide ebbs and flows twice in 24 hours, should I ever knowingly violate this, my entered apprentice obligation. So help me God, and keep me steadfast to the due performance of the same.
What's the deal with the Freemasons?
This goes way back, way back. We're talking 30,000 years ago. In ancient Kemet, there were brick masons called the Shatu. After the Great Flood, Amun-Ra, also known as Marduk in the Bible, set out to rebuild Kemet. He even made it law, and who helped him? These masons. But they weren't just laying bricks. They held secrets. Secrets of space travel, lost technologies, ways to turn stone into something far more advanced. These structures, they weren't just temples or monuments. They were stone computers, data storage devices, power generators. Fast forward to today, you hear about the Freemasons all the time, lodges everywhere, symbols hidden in plain sight. But here's the thing, most of them, they know nothing. Just ordinary people playing secret club. The real Freemasons? There are only a few hundred at the highest level. They are the ones guarding the true ancient knowledge. The rest? just followers in a system they don't fully understand.
So those two white and black pillars are Masonic pillars, all right? You guys need to realize who runs these churches. You see how that says New Hope Missionary Baptist Church? 33-degree member of the Baptist Church. These are all Masonic churches. That's why there's this Roman pot right here with the Roman symbolism. That's all paying homage to Roman deities. Now I'm going to show you this yard next door, all right? That's your one-eye enlightenment symbolism right there. This is your siren right here, okay? This is your tribe of Dagon, all right? The fish god. This is going to be your Moloch right here, your Canaanite. And this is going to be your Agdad, the Egyptian primordial deities. See that they got all these Roman deities in their yard right here. Just look right on the corner. This is why there's the Medusa head right here. This is straight the synagogue of Satan. Right? Just look at this. This is blasphemy. If you guys don't understand the message that they're trying to send you, it's because you don't understand their symbolism. Your moon goddess, all that. Look at this. This is a giant portal right here that they have in front of the door right here. This is all your pagan, Canaanite, Babylonian bull. Here's your little Freemason right here in the window watching. That literally says Troy Croft right there. Craft. This is all witchcraft. If you don't understand that these people are trying to send y'all a message through their symbolism, you guys don't understand their symbolism because you never grew up around it. I have family who really do this shit, and I'm going against every single one of them. I don't care because whatever happens to me, I'm under Christ's will.
We have released over 33,000 Epstein documents.
For 33 hours.
In 33 hours, we have made historic progress.
The 33,000 emails that you deleted.
33 confirmed positive tests.
Today we have 33 cases.
Why does the number 33 show up so much in government and intelligence agencies and national symbols and political statements, crisis dates, and even budgets? Let me show you the part nobody talks about. 33 is the highest degree of Freemasonry, but this isn't just a club. Freemasonry traces back to ancient mystery religions, the same system the Bible warns about with Babylon, the Watchers, and the fallen angels who taught forbidden knowledge. Revelation says in the last days, the kings of the earth unite with spiritual darkness to build a global system under the Antichrist. Now look at this pattern. America's founders are almost all Freemasons. The dollar, Masonic symbols. The Great Seal with the pyramid and the all-seeing eye, a symbol of ancient rebellion. Coincidence or the same spiritual system rising again? The beast system isn't built overnight. It's built quietly until one day it steps out in the open. Ask yourself, why does the world's most powerful government keep repeating the same number, the same patterns, the same ancient philosophy? Because the spiritual war didn't stop. It just got organized. And the number 33 might just be the breadcrumb showing who's actually trying to run things.
It's always going to be a Freemason. It's going to be a Freemason. I do not mess with Freemasons. If you got that little G on the back of your car, a G ring, if you go to lodge meetings and car meets and around a bunch of Freemasons and military and police and those are the worst. Those are the worst men to ever date. Dude, I don't want to be controversial. But of course, not every single one, but for the most part, when it comes to military, police, especially retired military, it's always those middle-aged guys, especially the black ones, the middle-aged guys with the big truck or the SUV, and they got the Marines or the Army sticker on the back, and then they have the little G compass thing, Freemasonry. Those are their biggest weapons against women and women on their spiritual journey. That's their biggest weapon. They put the narcissist demon on them. They put the incubus demon on them. They assign tasks. They assign them to be with you, to be your handler, and they handle you all right. They handle you in very subtle ways. It always starts off in a way that seems very innocent, but as time goes on, you realize that your energy is slowly being drained. Everything that you want to do, you can't seem to accomplish, or you do accomplish and it gets destroyed. You have like a hidden enemy somewhere and you don't know where it's coming from. Look around for that brotherhood, that guy who's in a secret society and has these secret meetings. Yeah.
Our country was founded by Freemasons, and that just kind of permanently now echoes in my ear. They know what the Freemasons were up to. Freemasons who caused all of those revolutions against really the Christian empire across Europe.
Yeah, so last night Candace Owens made a video that was starting out with talking about Freemasons and their involvement in all of these revolutions, being the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and everything that she says is accurate. I used to be a Freemason. You can find all the information that is 100% valid inside of this book. And here's just some of my Masonic library. That's all Masonic books at the second row. Then I got a lot of these books. Got a lot of these books and a lot of these. That whole bottom row, that's all Masonic books. So yeah, listen to Candace. I'm gonna let her speak for herself. Have a blessed day. Also, Candace, if you happen to see this video ever, let me be a guest on your podcast. I've got a lot of information that I'd love to share with you. Have a blessed day. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Don't let any Masons gaslight you and say that Candace doesn't know what she's talking about. She's literally the largest podcaster on the planet as we speak. She is an independent investigative journalist who has pissed off multiple countries because of the things that she studies and goes over inside of her podcast. So regardless if they are a current active Mason, if they have not achieved greater things than Candace, then pay them no attention. Completely disregard them. Don't listen to their opinion. Just because they're a Freemason doesn't mean that they know more than what Candace is talking about in her latest podcast episode. Go watch that episode. I love y'all. Have a blessed day.
How about we should talk about the founding of America? Because man, those Catholic priests that I was telling you about, they were unbelievably correct. I told you guys a long time ago how when I was considering whether or not I should be Orthodox or Catholic, but I knew that I was sort of done with Protestantism, I had been taking instruction from these priests in Europe and in the UK, and one of the fathers is a real bookworm, right? Kind of this cantankerous Englishman, no time for the American education system whatsoever. And he said to me quite famously, "You Americans know nothing of your own history. Your country was founded by Freemasons." And that just kind of permanently now echoes in my ear, because boy, was he right. A war that had been sort of waging across Europe for centuries had then spilled into America. It's largely a spiritual war. It's really a theological war. That's what I'm starting to realize. That's why America never really had an appetite for Orthodox or Catholicism, because the Catholics and the Orthodox have kept history. They know what was going on in Europe, not the fake history that's packaged and sold to Americans. They know what the Freemasons were up to. Freemasons who caused all of those revolutions against really the Christian empire.
I am Lucifer.
Okay, define Lucifer for me.
Pure, virtuous, wholesome, innocent individual that's out to help people.
Lucifer is?
Yeah.
Say that again. Lucifer is a pure, holy,
virtuous. I am Lucifer.
Okay, define Lucifer for me.
Pure, virtuous, wholesome, innocent individual that's out to help people.
You can't, if you wear this in, you got to protect it.
Yes, 100%.
If you can't protect it, you can't wear it.
Niggas can't be claiming this Freemason stuff if y'all not really like that. I'm gonna have to ask my brothers in the hood of the Brotherhood, is you really a Freemason? I seen like your tag, it had like a Freemasonry logo. Are you Freemason? No, I'm part of the Brotherhood, brother.
Part of the Brotherhood.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you valid, you know what I'm saying? Cause
you want to make sure I'm valid?
Yes, brother, I want to make sure you valid, a valid Freemason.
Listen, you asking me a question. Okay, let me ask you a question. Now you asking me about it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're coming at me and I'm gonna come at you.
Yes.
How old is your granddad?
How old is he?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I leave it alone. I'm willing to be tried.
Have you made it to the 33 degree?
I ain't got to answer that. I just asked you a question because you couldn't answer my question.
Okay.
What's your grandmama name?
I don't remember her name. I know my mama name.
Okay,
but I'm a young brother in the Brotherhood. I'm coming up there.
But you coming at me.
But I had to make sure, because some people just be false flagging it.
No, it's
Yeah.
Be careful with that, bro.
Oh yeah.
You see this?
Oh, 100%.
If you wear this in, you got to protect it.
Yes, 100%.
If you can't protect it, you can't wear it. So
Yes.
what's up on that truck?
Huh?
Where's your home?
Like, where do I stay?
Like, come on, all right, you see?
I see demons in my dream. Versatile. I bought them sex and I bought X. I'm loaded now. Remember bitches, they won't fuck me. They want me now. I'm dripping blood out in public. I'm a devil child.
Illuminati? Hey.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you're a Freemason?
Correct.
Hey, everybody. Look at this guy. guy. He's a Freemason.
Holy shit.
He's like in the part of the Illuminati. He worships.
Damn lie.
Look.
Don't ever do that again, bro.
Look at your shirt. Look at your.
Don't you never do that again.
He's a
Don't never do that again.
He's a You're a Freemason.
If you that again,
I'm a comedian.
no, I don't give a
Hold on.
Don't do that, bro. No, I don't care. But no, you ain't my brother. Don't do that shit no more, bro. Don't do it.
I apologize. Yeah. He didn't understand. Like,
no, cause I ain't no Illuminati. I'm not Illuminati.
Say, man, real talk. Do y'all not notice a lot of these Masons that be in y'all motherfucking families and shit be part of the people that be helping CPS take y'all kids away from y'all? These Masons are the ones that study the kids that don't seem like they got the intelligence to keep up with the kid. Then they send in their little old CPS stagger buddies, and the stagger buddies put in book-ass reports on somebody, and the next thing you know, CPS coming in and everybody breaking bread, because in Texas, you get $1 million per kid whenever CPS take the kid from the parents. So it's big business when it comes to taking kids in the state of Texas, and the family members of Masons that's all over everywhere know how to get them from their family members.
I gotta tell you one thing, it's Jesus loves you, bro. Do you believe in Jesus? You follow Jesus? You follow Jesus? You're a pastor? But you're also a Freemason, right? How do those two go together?
We correlate together.
Interesting. What if the Bible said that you can only serve one master? But Freemasonry believes in all other gods, religions.
No, we don't.
I've talked to a Freemason and they said you have to believe in a God. You can believe in Buddha, you can believe in Allah. You have to believe in a God to become a Freemason, correct?
No.
You can't be an atheist and become a Mason, right?
You cannot be an atheist.
That's what I'm saying. So Freemasonry, the requirement to becoming one is you have to believe in a God, correct? In a being.
Right. But being that being is what? See, what do you see on that square compass? A G, right?
What does that stand for?
The G represents God.
Who is God?
Who is God?
Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life.
Снова ругать кандалы, на руки мои ты надела кандалы, где пропадают и ночью катала, а я с друзьями сгораю до талого, голова подходит, похоже, с ума. Сумма в карманах у нас немала, малая смотрит всю ночь на меня, 2 виски с колы, детка моя. Из клуба ночью на машине к тебе заберу, мы будем пить вино, потом пойдем смотреть кино, а после отвезу бы дикая львица, ты моя царица. Сок твой марихуана, дикая львица, ты моя царица, нужен нам за любовь, дикая львица, ты моя царица, вся зачаровала,